bowl.
Just paint bowl. Welcome back to Podcast the Hero. We're joined this week by Milen because Cheese is out enjoying himself.
Yeah.
He's having a wonderful life on some lake somewhere, drinking Coronas and being all around he's being social. He's having a healthy personal life.
Yeah.
I don't have any of those things, so it's just always like there's never. I think there's been one time where we're like Rody was by himself because I had something going on. Out of all 130 now 2 episodes.
Yeah, you guys. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah,
damn, good for you guys.
Yeah,
are you gonna do something at 150?
No,
quit.
No, end it.
Oh, no way. No way. You got to do something, at least like a badge, or even just get like a patch.
Yeah, we should.
Something like that.
We should put something new on the merch store.
Yeah.
Because everybody buys merch.
Paint bowl.
Happy 150 episodes. So, as always, we're brought to you by our sponsors, Cornbot and Absolutely the Best Podcast, Work in Progress. Thank you, both of you guys, for your support. Do you help us make this possible? This fancy little thing that we have that we get to use, Riverside, is that's all sponsor funded for us, and we
so easy.
Very appreciative. Yeah, it's a wonderful platform. We also have a very long list of patrons, and we're going to read the names. I know that the patrons are, they're anxiously awaiting Rody and I picking the winner of the t-shirt contest, which ended 3 weeks ago. And we say every week we're going to pick one, and we don't. So
you just don't.
No.
Okay. I mean, fair enough. Is today the day?
No.
Okay.
Nope. Not today.
Right,
you're going to have to wait another week for your t-shirt, probably, or a month. Who knows? We'll get to it.
3 months.
Nobody cares. It's a fucking podcast
the people
t-shirt.
Who thought or are waiting to see if they won the t-shirt care.
No, it's a podcast t-shirt. Have you ever seen anybody just like hanging out, walking around with a podcast t-shirt on? Nobody.
I feel like if I did, it'd be Joe Rogan, and I wouldn't want to remember it. I would just kind of erase it out of my memory. Yeah.
So here's the list. A delectable feast of human feces before a passionate night of vigorous self-pleasure.
Oh.
Absolutely the best podcast, Work in Progress. Brett Boss Blackwood, Honk. That's just honk. I took my side chick to a Coldplay concert. In Steven Exposure, Julia, High Tops, Rob the Anti-Human, Rody Loves My Dink, Rumple Bum Stinks. Sorry, T-Swift fans, there are no ethical billionaires. I tend to agree with
Honestly,
that.
I agree.
Somebody who is user 1946294639 _
It's a robot. Anyway,
it's on. I know who it is because they always end it in underscore. So
okay.
Like as a note to me, like who is this?
Oh,
and I just think
a little like parasocial relationship with his username.
Great. Yeah, it's really great. Zach, AE Common Thread, Redacted. I kind of dig that. Dave the Film Guy, Deconomist, Dimitri Timpod the Picklecast Sack. That's the competing podcast with Podcast the Hero is Tim's podcast called Timpod the Picklecast.
Honestly, I really like that name.
Yeah, I do too. Fire Fee, Foolish Bale, Fritzy's feet can't wait to foot fuck Rody's floor. Do you know the story?
I do not.
The barefoot story.
The alliteration tells most of it.
The first time I went to Rody's house, I halfway there, like we're driving from Toronto out to Whitby, and I realized halfway there that I'm wearing tennis shoes with no socks.
Oh, that's a nightmare. That's my nightmare.
And I'm like,
someone's house
for the first time.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, fuck. Should I stop and buy socks? Or do I just keep going and just suck it up and whatever? And we're like looking at the time and I'm like, it's Rody. He's not going to care, whatever. And I'm like, fuck it. And I get there and I take off my shoes. And the first thing he says is like, Fritzy, why are you in bare feet? I was like, fuck.
You know what my usual move is if I'm wearing like Chucks without socks or something in the summer is I walk into someone's house and I say, I need to use your bathroom to wash my feet because it will be gross. I throw it out on the table and like, I don't know if it was just like, I have memories of a kid with my dad's side of the family being Italian of like going into one of their houses and they'd be like, your feet smell, go wash your feet. So now I just have that in my system where I'll just go like, they're bad. Just give me 5 minutes.
Can I just go wash my feet, please?
It'll just save all of us some time and embarrassment.
Sorry, and my problem is I love being barefoot. I hate wearing socks. I hate them. I work from home. I'm home all the time. Like putting on socks is a nightmare for me.
So are you usually in like slides or something like that?
At home? Yeah. I'm barefoot, man.
Oh, is that you just said? Right.
Yeah, all the time. All the time. Except in the winter. I have Uggs. I have Ugg slippers and boots and whatever to comfy my tootsies.
Are they as comfortable as they're made out to be?
Yes. Like seriously, like I know a lot of guys are like, Uggs, they're so dumb. All this stuff.
Yeah, remember Crocs?
Yeah, I have Crocs.
Yeah, me too.
But Uggs are so comfortable. It's so soft. I highly recommend anybody get a pair. And they have them in. I've got size 15 tan Ugg boots, like the ones that all the girls had 15 years ago. I have a pair of those for me, and I wear them around all the time.
Size 15.
Size 15, dude. They're huge.
I think that crosses the line of like where it used to be. Like 15 years ago is exactly when it would have been for the most part. Or actually a little before for me too. But where Uggs, it was just like girls in high school. It was just what they wore.
Yeah.
with like Lululemon or like just like leggings,
exactly 100%
like that, right? But I think once they get big enough, they kind of just look like I think they kind of just become lumberjack boots.
I wish I had them here to show you.
Like, maybe not like I would see those on like enormous boots on someone on like a big guy and it'd be like that guy killed a bear and those.
That's how they feel. They do. Like it's like putting your feet inside a dead bear. That's what it feels like, I think. Have you done that before?
So many times.
He who Venuses the skin off penises, Progtoff, Spitgoth, Susan, TBJ, Aaron MFJ, Allie, Benjamin, Bob, Butthole, Butthole, Hole, Butthole.
So that's one person.
That's one person. Gotcha. And then the next person's name is Butthole.
Okay.
And then the next one is because I'm clapping with my ass. Dale Earnshart, Jake, Jeffrey, Yo, Josh, KH Pandas, Mason, Michael, Mitch, Ouch, my Peggy Thrill. Those are two different people. Sebastodon, she who penises the skin off Venuses.
Okay.
I like it. See what you're doing. Sheldon, Source the Odd. Suray, Taylor, The Final Dan, Thomas, Viva Hate. Welcome back to Sink Pissers, the podcast. Yes, I'd be a Newfoundlander by
you guys talk about pissing in sinks?
Yeah. That was a
and what was
very recent thing about just pissing in sinks and
like, have you done it? How often does it happen?
Yeah,
the right time?
Exactly.
What was the consensus by the end of
It's always fine.
It's always fine.
It's always fine to piss in this thing.
You know, for me, it depends on how late it is and how it's like if it's like 3:00 in the morning and I'm drunk and there's a sink closer than the bathroom. Yeah.
You got to do it because otherwise you risk not making it and pissing somewhere that you shouldn't, like a dresser drawer or somebody's into somebody's bedroom.
Way too specific
from the hallway. So we've got PTH news. You're not allowed to say anything.
Nope,
because we'll get in a lot of trouble.
Nothing
at all. They will yell at us. They will be mad at us. So we're not allowed to say anything about PTH news. I'm also starting to do mystery weekend news.
Ooh.
Because Rody has been talking for several weeks now about how he has mystery weekend material to work on. And
hell yeah.
He is going to start streaming again to work on that material.
That's amazing. I mean, like that came on in my car the other day on my shuffle, and I was just like, I haven't listened to this in a while, and I forgot how fucking good.
Yeah, it's really good, isn't it? Yeah,
so good.
So I'm trying to bring it up every week with the hopes that he'll be like, fine, I'll start. I know I need to do it. I'll start it, whatever. So new music. I have a couple. The first one is a band called Nuns of the Tundra.
I like the name.
Yeah. So I did a little deep dive into it because the naming convention sounds very like Queens of the Stone Age, Nuns of the Tundra.
The thing of the thing, yeah.
Right.
But I do like the rhyme of nun and ton.
Yeah. Yep.
That's
they were like, they really liked nun, the word nun and tundra, and they were trying to be like the Tundra Nuns or like Nun Tundra.
Nun
like,
Tundra.
What are we doing? Yeah, like what are we gonna do? And then they sort of just all settled on Nuns of the Tundra. But they are like a very riff heavy sort of desert stoner rock vibe. So it sort of fits. Like if you like Queens of the Stone Age, you might like Nuns.
Is that what's
Tundra.
considered desert rock?
Yeah, desert rock is like Caius.
Okay,
that kind of thing.
Like immediately, I've never heard that genre term before. I like it, but just because it's been showing up on my feeds a lot, I immediately went to Jesus Christ Superstar, like the old movie, just like high crazy falsettos in the middle of the desert with tons of wind. But as soon as you describe it, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It's that sort of stoner rock that came out of Palm Desert, California in the 90s.
And it's still got like a bit of an edge to it. It's not noise rock, but it's got that.
Yeah, it's like riffy and almost sludgy sometimes. I don't know. Anyway, they sound like if Queens of the Stone Age and the band Royal Blood.
Oh,
do you know Royal Blood? They're like a two piece kind of thing. If they had a baby, because these guys are British, so it's like they sort of had a baby.
I'm a sucker for Brit rock, so I mean they write fantastic riffs with that really stringy guitar tone. But like Royal Blood is like, considering it's a two piece, their songwriting's
it's really good. Yeah, catchy as shit.
So catchy. At the gym, it's just like that Oblivion, that tune, and what's the other one? Oblivion and. I hear trouble coming.
Yeah.
That one's really catchy.
Yeah.
That one's really catchy.
The riffs are so good. Yeah.
I think there was a thing where they got like booed off stage and they got like really pissy about it.
That doesn't surprise me.
But yeah.
That doesn't surprise me. It was also a thing where I heard them and I was like, I swear to God, I've heard this band before.
Yeah.
And it was like their first record. And I was like, no, this can't be their first record. I know I've heard these guys before.
It's kind of similar to Muse.
Well, and it's like Death from Above.
Or Death from Above.
Right? Two piece bass drums, like very similar vibe. I was like, it definitely has a Muse thing to it too. Yeah, for sure.
I think most British bands that play guitar end up being associated with either Muse or Radiohead.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. They also have a song called C'est la vie. So there's your tie-in to Protest.
Okay.
The other one that I found, and this was just through like looking at new releases on Spotify, was a band called Feel the Pain. And I went, I wonder if this is like a Dinosaur Jr. kind of like, they're paying homage to Dinosaur Jr. or whatever. It is not. Okay. This is an Aussie beatdown hardcore band.
Oh shit. Okay.
But with like fucking dive bombs and these fucking heavy breakdowns and shit. It's
what? With a name like that, it was either going to go two ways. It was either going to be like they know exactly what they are and the title's going to give you everything you need to know, or it was going to be like 3 Days Grace.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's fine. It's just, it was one or the other.
How about you? You got anything that you've been listening to lately?
Like newer stuff, I've been really enjoying the new Coheed and Cambria record.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to see them on Sunday.
Ooh.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
And the record, I don't know. I've never really been a huge Coheed and Cambria fan. Like I sang a couple of songs just for fun as covers in the past, but and I've listened to them. I think like the last one I really paid attention to was Year of the Black Rainbow, which I didn't know people like really hated for some reason. It was really contentious. Apparently I liked it, but since then it's kind of been off the radar for me. And then I heard this, like one of the singles, and I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. Listen to the whole record, and I was like, oh, this is pretty fucking good.
We have quite a few Coheed fans that are listeners.
No, that's
this,
great.
so,
Like Father of Make Believe. What is it? One Last Miracle is such a bop. I love that song. Corner My Confidence, the first of like the triple concept one at the end. I can't remember what it's called. I think Welcome to Forever, Mr. Nobody. I listen to them all the time. They're great songs.
Have they finished like the whole, like, I know like the whole thing was like that storyline thing.
Yeah, it's a concept. I am the wrong person to ask.
Good.
I have no idea. Yeah.
And like, I think the main reason, like, I like Coheed. I like it's enjoyable music to listen to, but I feel a sense of obligation with Coheed to learn all the stuff that goes along with it, and it feels like a lot of work.
Yeah, it feels like a hard door to open because it feels like it's like starting comic books. Like just so much, right?
Yeah.
But why I appreciated this record is because I have no idea what the hell is going on, and it's still great, right?
Still great.
Like they're occasionally naming characters, and I think usually when I like an album or something, I'll watch interviews with the artist to see their thought process behind it. And I was watching Claudio talk about it, and he said that, like, yeah, the characters are there, but a lot of what the characters go through is based on what he's dealing with in real life, like, which makes a lot of sense. So I think you can kind of latch onto that as, you know, from the listener's perspective and empathetic place for where you're listening from, and where
without having to know all this backstory.
Exactly. Like, I don't know any of the characters' name. I think they say the name Silas at one point, but it hasn't made or break any song for me.
Gotcha.
Right? It's just they're good, just good music. Other than that, I'm going to see My Chemical Romance on Friday.
Nice.
Yeah, for the tour, the big Black Parade tour.
Dude.
I'm very excited. And it's funny, I've talked to Rody and Cage about this a bunch. 3 Cheers, I love it. They're their first record because it's like it's punk,
because it's the best record that they put out.
Yes, yeah. And but it's like relentless. Like, there's a lot of energy throughout all the songs. And I didn't really like Welcome to the Black Parade as much when I heard it. There was like a few, it was a record for me that was really high highs and really low lows. But now that I'm going to see it and I'm older, I'm starting to get it more. And I'm like listening to it because I'm going to see all the songs live, and I'm starting to appreciate that they kind of like did this experiment with, you know, what was sort of, I want to say like garage band, like sort of punk beat influenced emo music with like this overly theatrical sort of like, not vaudeville, but you know what I mean, with talking about like crypts and cemeteries and death and all that kind of stuff, into something where like they said, okay, what if we do this like Americana song? Like, it's a little piano and it's almost nothing. Or what if we wrote a love song that's called I Don't Love You? And like they really experimented, and I'm appreciating that now that I'm older. So I'm very excited to see it. I've heard the theatrics are crazy, but like, I've been listening to Black Parade a lot, just trying to understand it a bit more before I go see it. And I will not apologize for it.
Well, I mean, I'm going to see one of my favorite emo bands in September. Texas Is the Reason is touring. It's like one of those deals where they pop up for a tour every 10 years or so. Kind of get back together, just go out. They only have one record, so they just go out and play the record and then disappear for a decade. And so like, this might be my last chance.
I see.
You know what I mean? And I really want to go see them. So I'm seeing them and Propaganda.
Why would it be your last chance?
Oh, because I'm old.
What are you talking
about? Fucking so old. I am on the verge of death every moment, Milen. You don't understand. I'm full of pig hearts at this point. I just have 10 pig hearts in there.
I'm sure you got at least 2 shows left. Shows.
But I have so I'm seeing them and then Propaganda in the same week.
Nice.
So that's gonna be great. I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, I mean, I did listen to the new Propaganda record. I'm sure you guys have talked like loads about it. Stargazing, I believe the song is called. That is my favorite song on that record. I know it's not the heaviest song they've ever written, but it is, to me, one of the best songs they've ever written.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
Lyrically, musically, and like they just captured that essence so well. It kind of reminds you of like in like not in a bad way, almost like an 80s montage of like driving through the night and not knowing where you're going, but it doesn't feel cheesy. It feels genuine, and it like pulls you into it. It's a really cool song. Just while we're talking about music that we've been
all right, so we're gonna get into some orchestration chat stuff. Sure. I was doing some prep on this, and I was reading, or I should say, rereading a lot of the articles and stuff on Sheet Happens, which are fantastic. If you guys haven't looked at these, like there's audio clips and like isolated sound and stuff. Like what did you I mean, obviously you have access to the stems and stuff to be able to like isolate the stuff, and it's really well put together. It's a wonderful little class on how this stuff works in heavy music, and it's really, really great. And I was just sitting like going through each of them and just like,
well, thank you, man. I'm glad you enjoyed those. It was a lot of fun to write them. Yeah. And just to kind of, I mean, I think a lot of the extra production, regardless if it's orchestration or extra instrumentation or whatever that goes on records, is really, really fascinating. You don't hear a lot of it talked about because it's like a tertiary thing. You know what I mean? It's like you talk about lyrics, you talk about the music, and then there's the music that supports the music, right?
Yeah.
And so it was really fun just to kind of like highlight it a little bit because there's a lot of thought and effort that goes into it. And you know, Luke was very supportive of just saying like, I want you to like talk about this because it's not something that everyone's gonna hear on the first listen. And if you point it out, it starts to like, it starts to rear its head in the right places in the music because you start noticing it. Like your ears kind of activated to understanding it and looking for it, right?
Yep.
But yeah, those were a lot of fun to write. Did you have anyone in particular that you were kind of like?
Well, so I have a bunch of notes.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk through some of this stuff. The first thing is for listeners of this show. Very recently, was it last? It might have been last episode. Was it? Yeah, because we talked about A Plateful of Our Dead, which is the last song on Keziah, and then we've talked also in previous episodes about how Protest kind of really knows how to end a record. Like there's always seems to be a banger at the end of a Protest record.
Not everyone has that opinion, and I've had very big chats about it.
And I think that's so. There's a quote from Luke in one of these articles. It says, in some past reviews, we've been criticized for not knowing how to close an album, which I fully disagree with because most Protest albums close with essentially a summary statement, right? Yep. If the album is an essay, right? Here's the conclusion to the thesis that is set out at the beginning and reflects back on the whole rest of the record.
Yeah.
It's I think it is Protest is way more thoughtful about how they close a record out compared to really anybody else that I've listened to in that way. So, you know, reviewers can eat shit.
No, I would tend to agree. And what I find really interesting about that reviewer is, to my recollection, and I could be wrong, I believe they were talking about the ending of Fortress, which is crazy to me. Because I was just like, I get that Protest is not for everyone's taste, right?
Yeah.
And like that last song, it goes pretty wild and it cuts off very suddenly. But the last lyric is so thought compelling. Just like, silence inside you when the music is stopped and it just cuts it.
Yeah.
And that's it. Right.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's the line that ends the record, right? I'm not ignoring that.
No, you're right. And it's intentional.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's done intentionally. Like, how many records do bands put out where the last song is just like, it was the weakest of the bunch that nobody's really going to listen to that far anyway. Yeah. We'll put it at the end.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true. No, you know what? It's like I always thought that very thought provoking and even like musically provoking because it's a pretty hard cutoff.
Yeah.
Like, right.
It's the end of The Sopranos, baby.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. That's a good analogy or comparison. But yeah, I don't understand that. That just shows to me that like people listen to music differently, and that's fine, you know.
Oh yeah.
And I don't want to tell people that they listen to music wrong. That's not my
you
job.
should though.
But sometimes I just want to be like, just like think about it for 5 fucking seconds. And you just like you might see what's going on. But if you don't, that's fine. That's cool.
You know what industry doesn't get reviewed enough? The reviewer industry.
I totally agree. Except for I have seen people do reviews of reviews, and I have strong feelings about it in general.
I think it should be not reviews of reviews, but reviews of reviewers. And it should be all personal.
Yeah.
This guy is a bad person. He probably kicks his dog.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I've had this thought for a while now, and I was thinking of like writing some music about it, but I've always thought that like the prevalence of like social media and YouTube videos and like easy to access content where people can share their opinions has like kind of led to a little bit of group think when it comes to art, specifically stuff that's reviewed. And you know, you look at people, and this is not talking shit about the guy, but like Fantano, like Needle Drop, I think his name is on YouTube. He's like the biggest reviewer, and everyone, you know, I remember when Paramore's record came out, the last one, This Is Why. Yeah. People were like, "Oh, what does Fantano think?" And da 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 da. And I'm just like, "But you like, I don't."
It shouldn't matter.
You should be thinking about it for yourself.
Yeah.
And like a lot of these people, to their credit, like will say, "What do you think about the record?" Right? Like I find it uncomfortable giving art a number out of 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it just feels wrong. Like if your favorite movie is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Secret of the Ooze, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong, because maybe that it's like the best movie in the world to you. But if like you look at Rotten Tomatoes and it's an aggregate that's like 20%, I'm like, well, that's just destroying your favorite movie because people didn't have the same experience as you. Yeah. And I think that's dumb. And like the way that so many people just flock to YouTubers and reviewers and be like, what do they think? And then I'll say what they think to be part of it. I'm just like, I'm very tired of it, as you can tell.
Yeah. And it's mostly why I don't consume anything new. Right. It's much easier just to like, you know what? I heard this in 2001. It was good. I'm good. I don't need another one.
I don't need more.
Like, do I need a second used record? No, I didn't need a second one. The first one was fine.
Was there more than one? I have no idea.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They had plenty of records, but the first one was perfect. So
the last song I remember by the used is The Bird and the Worm.
That probably wasn't on the first record, I don't think.
I have no idea.
Yeah, probably not. So, Rody and I had a conversation recently about you.
Oh, okay.
Which was, we were talking about Rody's short time living in Toronto.
Yep.
And he was living in Toronto, and he said, you know, that's how I met Milen. Was he was living like in the apartment building across the street, and we would run into each other on the street and at places and et cetera, et cetera. And I said, that's not how people normally meet in the world.
I'm well aware.
This sounds like maybe some stalking was going on. Maybe somebody was, you know, taking the train into the city in the morning and sitting on somebody's stoop across the street, just sipping the same 7-hour-old cup of coffee, waiting for you to come out, and then just casually walking by.
Cheese was waiting for me the whole time because I lived there first. Jesus having a sip of coffee and just waiting to be like,
waiting for Milen to come out. He's like, I know this guy. He's going to be great.
No, it is a very strange coincidence, but I mean, like, we are sort of from the same greater city, right? But no, I was at, I can tell you exactly where it was. It was Yonge and Davisville subway station. And the first time I met him, he was with Cage. I didn't know her at the time. I didn't know either of them, right? And I was waiting to go on the subway, and they were going through the turnstile. And I didn't know it was them, but I just like was watching people go by, and I was like, the back of that guy's head really reminds me of Rody Walker. And then he turned sideways, and I was like, oh, fuck, it is Rody Walker. I had never seen a show. I was still a big fan. And, I walked after, and I was like, hey, man, excuse me, are you Rody Walker? And then he was just like, yeah. And I was just like, I never seen your show, but I'm like a huge fucking fan. And he's like, come to this one. It's on my birthday. And I was like, okay. And you're a fan, and you run into a singer, and you're like, what the fuck just happened? Like, I'm a loser. What did I just say?
Right.
He remembers it very differently, but I felt very embarrassed afterwards. And then after that, I just kept on running into him at that same intersection, not in the subway. And then it would just be like he was going to the LCBO, and I was just finished school in university. Yeah. And then we'd just be like, do you want to grab a drink? Like, sure, let's grab a beer. And then just ran into him a bunch of times. And then after it just got to the point where we exchanged phone numbers and then started meeting for booze here and there. And then he'd be like, hey, do you want to come to the studio? And when they were making Volition. And then I was in the group chats for those and got to know some of the guys. And then that's how the relationship with them kind of started. That was it. Literally just running into him on the street. Yeah.
That's
or wild. Recognizing the back of his head.
That is absolutely wild. Yeah. We have very similar, ways that we became friends with Rody in that fans who met in a weird way and became friends. And I think that, God, I really hate saying nice things about Rody, but there's not a lot of people that just are run into somebody nice in the world and become friends with them. No, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And he should never listen to this episode.
God, I know. Ever. I fucking hate it. All right. Maybe we talked about this before. Mm-hmm. And I think I probably asked you this question jokingly.
Okay.
The very first time you were on. But I really do curious. Most of the time, if you're doing strings, you're going to do virtual strings, right? And then some live strings. And I know you play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you get that sort of mix in there together, woven together. Why are you playing all of it yourself?
Why am I not playing it all?
Yeah. Why are you playing all of it?
So it depends. When it comes to violin parts, if it doesn't require hours and hours and hours of practice, then I will usually double it. Just because it helps add a little bit of reality to it. As good as these things sound, to have that element of error in human expression does add a lot. I do not, however, play all the string instruments very well. A violin is my main one.
I don't believe you. I think if you play one string instrument, you play them all very well.
I mean, I play the violin. I could probably get away with a viola part. I would not trust myself to play cello or bass.
Why? Just because
held
it's
very differently.
Here and here?
Yeah, and it's just I could try it. It would be way too much work. I'd rather just spend the money to hire someone else or leave it to the samples.
I don't know. I feel like once you know how to do one. It's like a piano player going, I don't know how to play the harpsichord.
Yeah, I mean, they're different. There's nuances to it, right?
There's nothing. They're exactly the same. They're all the exact same instrument.
I would say actually the only instrument where you can really get away with that is a couple of the wind instruments and electric guitar and bass.
Guitar,
if you use a pick.
Strings. Mm-hmm. Bowed string instruments are the Taco Bell of instruments. It's the exact same thing, just in a different format. They are the exact same.
Yeah, absolutely. They're all cut from the same
one's
wood.
A tostada, one's a taco,
right.
One's a soft taco. They're all the fucking same.
This sounds like there's a little bit of a grudge against strings.
No, The reason I have a grudge against strings is that I thought when I heard that that Jimmy Page used a bow on his guitar, I went, well, I have a bass. I know that stand-up bassists use bows. Yeah. I'm going to get a bow for my electric bass. Only it doesn't work that good. One, the strings aren't made to take a bow. Like normal electric bass strings aren't that great. You don't have a compensated bridge that like allows you access to each string.
No, you're playing chords at some point.
Yeah, it's stupid. Yeah. So I was mad at it.
No, I mean I get it. The bow is always a finicky thing to use, especially with guitar players that wanna try out because of that, like using a bow. But I think a lot of people don't know that rosin is supposed to be involved.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you gotta put rosin on it.
Yeah, otherwise it doesn't work. And for those who don't know, it's basically just like tree sap and honey and other
grippy stuff,
things that just help the bow grip the string and cause it to vibrate. If you just take a bow of horsehair or synthetic hair, whatever,
it's just gonna
the string, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I haven't seen the E-bow. I've seen the E-bow work pretty well. I haven't seen electric guitar with bow work crazy. Nice.
This is a lot of fucking fun.
I've never used one, but
they're great.
Mm-hmm.
They're great if you really like tremolo picking, like really fast picking, but you have a hard time tremolo picking and like keeping the rhythm at like that fast, you know what I mean? And like,
so is it just like a magnet? Is that what it does?
Yeah, it just creates a magnet, and it's like a Sustainiac pickup kind of thing. It just creates vibration in the string nonstop forever.
That's great.
These, you can only use it on one string at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But
have they made one that works on multiple strings?
I don't know. I got this for like $20 on Amazon.
See, I like coming from a classical string background, like I'm very envious at the amount of work that's gone into guitars over the last, I don't know, at this point you could probably call it close to a century, right? Yeah. Like the violin is like there. I think there's something neat about the fact that it's a piece of wood with like cork and some glue, and like obviously a ton of design and care and effort put into it. And like electric violin kind of had this like weird explosion.
It did have a moment.
It did have a moment with like Lindsey Sterling, and then everyone who is like kind of attractive and played violin started playing electric violins at like clubs or events and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it kind of disappeared, but like no one was really pushing the boundaries of what it could do.
Yeah.
It was just a louder violin. But there are some fiddle players that actually are kind of pushing the boundaries of what violin is supposed to do. And it's
I've seen fiddle players take their fiddles and turn it sideways like a guitar and strum it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's incredible.
I'm so
you
sorry.
had me so. I was trapped. I was so trapped in a trance. But no, like if any of you care, there's a technique that's called chopping, and chopping has kind of like started to appear a little bit more, where you're kind of like it's the closest thing a violin can do to a palm mute with a pick. And so you're taking the bow and you kind of hold it in the classical style wrong, but it's very functional, and like eliminating what's wrong is part of what's cool about it. And you kind of just like push the bow onto the string. It just makes this little sound. And now they're starting to get that into a rhythm and pop chords in between it. So it sounds like strumming with open chords. And I was like, that's the stuff that we should be teaching people. Like, don't get me wrong, the classical music is great, but that's so interesting and so new and refreshing. And I don't know.
I think so one of the genres of music that I really enjoy. Well, let me start by saying this. One of the genres of music that I really hate is country music, like modern country music.
Okay. I was waiting for the distinction there.
Yes. Modern country music. I love bluegrass. Like, I feel like bluegrass, like they should just get rid of country music and just have bluegrass. And maybe some like Western swing, you know what I mean? Like that kind of like old school Western music is pretty good. But just get rid of everything Nashville's doing right now and just have bluegrass. Because the musicianship in these really great bluegrass bands it's
pretty incredible.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, like, admittedly, I don't listen to a lot of it, but like when you see a player who is good, you just watch me go, yeah, you got the thing.
Yeah, it's like it's not music that I seek out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But like if I'm flipping channels and Austin City Limits is on and some fucking bluegrass band is just tearing it up, I'm gonna stop and watch because it's so fucking good.
Yeah, there's I was actually just talking to a guy. His name's William Lamoureux. He's
that's not a real name.
Yeah, it's his name. That's
his name?
Yeah, and I played a wedding gig with him a couple of years ago, and I was just like so miserably hungover. It was just like the worst gig I've ever played. Like you learn enough to fake it over time, but him and this cello friend of his, who's I think his name was George, I can't remember, but this guy William, he's an incredible violinist and fiddle player, and he's got this personality when he plays. And I was just watching him, just being like, fuck, I sound like a soulless idiot every time I play my instrument. And then I saw that he was on he's playing for Nelly Furtado, and he's the violinist in her Tiny Desk.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I'm really glad to see him going places because he's too good not to.
In the All Hands article, Luke is very effusive with his praise. I think that's the right word, right? Effusive?
I don't know what that means.
I think effusive is the right word. Like somebody who's praising you a lot. Oh, like it's very giving of their praise.
Oh, okay.
He's praising you a lot in that article.
Dang.
Does that feel good?
I don't remember it, so no.
But I just mean in general. Does praise from Luke feel better than praise from other people?
I think it probably would have felt better at the time than it does now. No, I mean, All Hands, I think is one of my favorites, and I worked hard on all of them, but All Hands was kind of special. There was lots of fun stuff going on and trying different instruments, and there was just that All Hands melody, then the I won't call it the chorus, but the bridge ending, that melody turning into the interlude. It was just the writing on that was just ripe with opportunity to play around with. So I'm not surprised it ended up being one of his favorites because it just lended itself to this kind of writing that I like to do to support it. But to answer the question, does it feel good when Luke says it's good? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, at the time, for sure, more. Now, Luke and I just tell each other, we're just like, this is cool or this is bad all the time. So,
I mean, this answers my next 1, 2, 3. So the next three questions were, do you solely seek out Luke's praise? Does it feed you? Are you a praise vampire?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Absolutely, yes.
I feel like I'm very super late to the whole party, I guess, or maybe I just have bad listening skills. I listen to everything through headphones.
Yeah.
I mean, that's but I would not have said, oh, there's tons of flute on PTH records. Yeah. That's not something I would have said before digging into all of this. It's that tons of flute. A ton of flute.
I mean, I think the only song with flute is All Hands.
Yeah, but
still, yeah.
Flute.
That was one of the interesting ones, and I actually remember the first mix we got back of All Hands. The flute was flying. It was raging through the mix, and I loved it. And Luke was like, "Turn that shit down," because it's doubling the guitar, right? And I was like, "Of course, the guitar is going to win, but also the flute is pretty fucking sick." Yeah. And I remember really respecting Simon and that mix choice in his first mix, and just going, "This needs to be way up there." But I totally understand. Yeah, that was a fun one. I don't even know if it's actually possible, but it was a nice texture. The part's pretty fast.
I keep telling Rody that they really should use more trombone. Yeah, since they all have a background in trombone, essentially.
Yeah.
Is there trombone on stuff that you've done?
Yeah, definitely. God. I mean, usually when there's these big brass sections, they're in there. They're in there.
Trombones.
Yeah. It's not something you would necessarily notice. Off the top of my head, I think I got to remember what song it was. Not the first American Murderer one, the second one.
Okay. Yeah.
What was it called?
I don't have the
Soliloquy and Reverie.
Yeah, Reverie.
Yeah, Reverie has this one moment in it. I wish if I could find the stems, I'll share them with you. But there's like straight up John Williams amount of orchestration going on, and of course, it's not going to be at the front. But like when you hear it, it's like it sounds like it's Indiana Jones or Star Wars or something.
So fucking great.
And like that was kind of a through line for the orchestration of the record, was trying to do something that sounded like I don't want to say golden age movies, but more just like American Hollywood at its best.
Sure. Right. Yeah. I mean, and like that fits, right?
Yeah,
with
exactly.
with the themes of the record. And yeah. Is there an instrument that you've wanted to use in on a record yet that you haven't? Like, are you like, man, I just got to find a spot to stick a glockenspiel or a hurdy-gurdy?
I mean, I love hurdy-gurdies.
Me too.
No, I haven't. I genuinely hate the fucking glockenspiel, so I don't think that'll ever make it. It's just like, if you got to use it because it works. But like, I hate the glockenspiel.
But it's the best name.
I know, and it's like, and the sound is just like, I don't know. It's just something that like, this is gonna be so stupid, but when there's like Disney songs that are good.
Yeah.
And then there's Disney songs that are like parodies of Disney songs because they sound like You Make a Wish or whatever.
Yeah.
That always reminds me of glockenspiel. It's bad Disney music.
Okay.
That's so I will never use it. And I hate you for bringing it up.
Okay.
But no, I mean, I think it's more, I don't think I really want to have this on a song as much as I think of, oh, I think this could really work in this section, but I know it's sort of a big ask, but I'm going to try it anyway. And the way that I work, it's not like I want to do something. It might be a little bit of left field. It's just when I send them the bounce, I'll just do it and see how they react to it. So I can say that there is at least one instrument that you have not heard before.
Oh,
that's it.
Okay.
There's at least one instrument that you have not heard before. Yeah. I can't tell you what it is.
I already know. It's a fucking accordion.
No, that could be fun.
So this is one of the main articles was talking about roof and floor.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And expanding the roof and the floor.
Yeah.
Gives you a bigger musical picture or scene or whatever the term is.
Some people will call it image. So scope. Sure. Yeah.
Image, I think, is the when you're.
I think that'd be more like a mixing engineer sort of thing. I would think like
spatial
thing,
right? But is there ever? I mean, obviously, violins higher register than guitars, easier to go high, but like. Do you ever like look at a section and go, it's already high enough? I gotta go down.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting question because there's a few layers to it. And without turning it into like a lecture on orchestration.
God, data.
It depends on a few things. Like, there are limitations to instruments, but the guitar in general, while it does have the impression that it reaches pretty high, and it can, it's not considered that high, right? So among like violins and woodwinds and whatever you're comfortable using, or like even synthesizers, you can always push a higher octave. Right. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to sound good, but it's also a matter of like, is that like in relation to the ceiling and the floor thing? Yeah, sometimes you do want the ceiling to not be that high in general. Yeah. Because if you are at the top the whole time, it just gets very boring.
Right.
Like juxtaposition and the dynamic and, spatial contrast is what makes music exciting. So if you're going, 110% in like the highest highs and the lowest lows for 5 minutes straight, you don't care anymore.
Right. It might as well just all be in the middle.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah.
So it can take some planning and like, like this would sound really good if it was really big, but the chorus is about to come up. And if I do that, the chorus is not going to not going to hit as hard.
Right.
There was definitely a lot of octave doubling up across it was definitely a trick that was used to help the ceiling raise across a lot of the choruses or bigger moments of palimpsest. The floor dropping out is a hard one to do because you got a bass.
Yeah. I was kind of curious of like, if you're trying to double a melody or whatever, right? But going high is going to be too high. Yeah. Right? To go up too high. But if you're going to go down an octave or like try and double it lower, then you're getting into sort of muddier ranges where you're competing with a bunch of other stuff in that mix.
It can get real messy. And I mean, like, most of the time, I think when you end up going towards the real sub bass stuff, it becomes more about the feeling of something than really it being audible.
Yeah.
There's only like a certain amount of bass frequency that the human being really cares to hear, and the rest of it is really felt. It's percussive. It kind of like hits you in your chest. In the same way that like there's stuff that can go like so obnoxiously high that it just ends up becoming like kind of like that mosquito thing where it's like it's this shrillness that you don't even notice, but you'll listen to a mix for long enough and you're like, why do my fucking ears hurt? You know? And so I mean, yeah, there are ranges, but like it's pretty obvious. Like you know when stuff sounds stupid.
Yeah.
The one genre that might be able to really push that boundary is like really experimental electronic music.
Yeah.
Or anything that uses synthesizers, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that for this, yeah, you did totally. And you know, for this, like I cut so much out of the bottom end of this podcast just all the time. Like there's no sense in having any of it.
Yeah.
Other, you know.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Like, wow, when you start learning about this stuff, how there's so much that you are not registered. Like, you don't register, but as soon as it's gone, it becomes so much more clear.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's fucking weird. I love it.
I respect sound engineers a lot because, like, I have like a basic understanding of it, but like, it would drive me wild. Like, I kind of don't want to get too far into it, so for the purpose of like still enjoying listening to music,
right? Yeah. Yeah, I find myself listening and watching way too many YouTube videos on like mixing technique and shit like that, where I'm just like, and I fall into that thing that happens to people when they're just starting out mixing, is you fucking just don't know when to stop.
Yeah.
Right. You're just mixing and mixing and mixing, and like you can't even tell what it sounded like before anymore.
Yeah. Ears are weird things.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, I wouldn't say I do a lot of mixing on like a professional level on my side. Like every once in a while, like I would say it's more for the demo sort of.
Well, that's
purpose,
me too. It's just mostly just for fun.
Yeah,
like when I'm making my own shit.
The best piece of advice ever given to me was just to walk away from it. Like, and because there's going to be a part of you, whatever it is, that wants to just like incessantly listen to it, to just like listen for everything. And then you'll come back to it 2 days later being like, I really want to fucking listen to it. And then you'll get back to it and be like, oh, this sounds dumb. It sounded better when I did less, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know, that's just, I really respect people who have the ability to look past that. And like from a technical point of view where they don't get sucked into it, they can see it almost more like a math equation where they know how it sounds, as opposed to like me just going like, does that sound stupid? And it's just like, I know that mathematically this should work, but it doesn't really like feel right. And then I'm just going like, I'm not built for this.
Yeah. You worked on My Little Pony.
I did. Yeah.
I think we talked about bronies the last time we talked about My Little Pony.
No one came to my door. Yeah.
That made me think of, so right now the emotional support television show is Bob's Burgers. It's just like on all the time in my house now, just as like background noise. And there's a brony episode.
Is it really?
Of Bob's Burgers. It's like, you know, their spin on it, but they are like bronies.
They're
Paul
bronies,
F. Tompkins is like the evil brony who's the, you know. Why couldn't you do the music for that show? I like that
Bob's
show.
Burgers?
Yeah.
I was not given the opportunity.
Oh, you don't get to choose.
I don't get to choose. And I would do that show though. That show's very fun. I saw the movie not that long ago when I forgot a movie even came out. Did you know about this?
I did not know.
Yeah, there's a movie.
Bob's Burgers.
There's a movie. Yeah, there is a movie, and it's a musical.
That I honestly, that's the thing that I love. I think most about the show is like the musical bits of it that they do. Like almost every season finale is a musical.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it very much.
There's it's funny you're mentioning this. My TikTok is filled with like I think it's the creators of Bob's Burgers. I could be wrong. Just being like, these are songs recorded by actual artists that sound eerily similar to characters in Bob's Burgers. It is on my feed every day, and some of them are pretty incredible. I'll send you some. But.
Awesome. I love it. Obviously, you're like a big orchestral guy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's sort of what you work in, right?
It's a part of it for sure. Yeah,
it's
my origin, so to speak.
Do you go to the symphony often?
Not on like a weekly basis. I try to go a couple times a year.
Not on a weekly basis.
No, I'm not even joking, man. Like if you have a subscription to go see a symphony, there's something every weekend.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. When I was in high school, some friends had season tickets, and I would, they'd be like, "We can't use them. Do you kids want to take them and go?" And we would go. Maybe a couple times a year, and I always fucking love it.
Nice.
I love it so much. I should go more, and like Detroit has a fantastic symphony.
Okay, nice. I did not know that.
Yeah, really good symphony, and I never go.
Well, you know what? There's like So part of the reason why I left classical music is because it's not a very inviting atmosphere, which sucks. Because the music is incredible, and the musicians are incredible, and there's just kind of this culture of like sort of classist bullshit, like high art that surrounds it that is really annoying. Because
it can feel very stuffy.
Yeah, it's stuffy and it's like sort of gatekeepy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And the music is incredible, and just once you have learned to appreciate it, you're like, fuck, it's so good. It just gives you this that rush up your spine. What do they call it? Frisson, I think, or frisson, or depends on the French pronunciation or not. But like, it's really difficult to teach people about that because they just see, like, they think classical music. They're like, I like For Elise, and I know, and I like, I don't know, the William Tell Overture, or like, the pop ones, and they're good for a reason, right?
Yeah.
But there's so much music that like they don't know, because like who knows a Beethoven Symphony Number 7 Movement 2 in A minor, right? Like it's you really need to know what that is to appreciate it, because it's like I don't think we're really taught how to appreciate and how to categorize and understand classical music, because like most people don't know what a fucking symphony is,
right?
Yeah. Or like what a movement is, or any like that, and that's fine. It's just. I think if that was taught, or at least a little bit more accessible without any judgment, I think people would really appreciate it and see it a lot more.
I think one of the things that draws like musicians and music, like sort of nerds, to progressive music is that it's essentially like it's the closest thing to. Right? Like when you listen to a Protest the Hero song, the way it's put together, and the musicianship and the writing, the composition of the songs they're complex, and they sort of remind you of somebody sitting down and writing a fucking symphony. Like, that's 100%. Insane. Somebody 100%. Writing a symphony is insane. The fact that a person can do that is nuts to me.
Right.
And I think like progressive metal music is like sort of, or progressive music in general is like the closest thing in listenable sort of pop, in the pop side of music, right? You would put all that stuff sort of in the pop side of music aside. Like, I don't know. Is that how they categorize it? Like classical versus pop music?
You know what? It's genre is stupid anyway, but with classical music, it's interesting because there's so much to it. With classical music is considered a genre, but then like even within the genre of classical music, there's different eras people are more fans or not fans of. But then with that, there's considered pop classical music, and pop classical music has this weird frowned upon thing because the culture around classical music sucks. Yeah, where it's like, you know how you now in the last like let's say 15 years, they started to play stuff like, oh, here's Jurassic Park with a live orchestra.
Right.
Or here's Gladiators music live. Or here's E.T. or whatever.
Sure.
Or here's video game music. It's that stuff is like generally considered low brow because it's not bringing people in that are to see like the wonderful symphony. Right.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's what classical music has become. And it's still an orchestra, and there's like amazing, like worldwide recognition pieces of music. And like there was a movie. This is such a tangent. I can't remember what it was called. It had like a very short name, but it was about a conductor, and it was about a conductor who basically, what is her name? Is it Tilda something? The actor
Swinton.
I think it was Tilda Swinton. She plays a conductor, and she gets caught on like an essay case with one of her, or like, sorry, grooming someone in the orchestra that she's conducting. Sure. And so like, it's a bit of a spoiler. Skip this if you don't want to hear it. But like her failure at the end of the movie is being a conductor for like Monster Hunter music.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Like, that's very stupid because it's a full crowd of people who love this music, and you're saying, oh, I don't get to conduct Brahms anymore, so I'm a failure as a conductor.
Yeah,
like,
and plus, I respect trying to draw in younger and modern fans, right? Like, there are a lot of people who are fans of video game music.
Yeah, tons.
Tons. And so why not try and draw them in and get their feet wet with something that they recognize?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then hit them with Brahms. Right? And they'll go, oh, wow, there's a lot of similarities here.
Yeah, or like that could be the gateway where it's just like you learn about the origin and what the influence is. Like, one of the biggest pieces of video game music of all time is One Winged Angel from Final Fantasy VII. And the composer, if you listen to him talk about it, he's like, oh, it's Stravinsky's Rite of Spring, which is a pretty deep cut unless you're in classical music, mixed with, I think, with Purple, is it Purple Rain or Purple Haze by Jimi Hendrix?
Purple Haze.
Purple Haze. It's like those two things combined. And I was like, if that introduces you to Stravinsky, awesome.
Yeah.
Right? That's incredible. And just from this video game that came out and kind of took the world by storm. But
when you watch a symphony, who do you watch? The violins?
Yeah, my eyes kind of wander.
I'm strictly a timpani guy.
Oh, are you?
No, I watch everything.
Oh yeah,
but I think they should get rid of the conductor.
Interesting. Why?
Because it's just like the conductor draws your eyes with all this stuff.
Sure, yeah.
And it means nothing
to you.
No, to everyone. Okay.
Maybe you should watch this.
I have been to a ton of shows.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
The drummer goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and everybody starts.
Yeah.
Somebody in the orchestra can just go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, let's go. They're professionals.
I can't
they
tell if
don't need this guy
you're drawing
up here
in again and you're doing it
trying to do this stuff. Useless, pointless. Get rid of him.
Yeah, they're stupid. They don't do anything.
No, they don't. They're dumb. You don't need it.
Yep. That doesn't break any part of me.
Nope. Conductors are dumb.
Nope, they're super dumb.
Super dumb. Which leads us into our game.
The movie's called Tar, by the way.
Cool. Yeah. I will check it out.
Yeah.
This leads us into our game. We were just talking about conductors. Let's see how much you know about train conductors. The number one pet peeve of train conductors is what? And this is multiple choice. I'll give you the choices. You try and pick the winner. Okay.
Okay.
So the number one pet peeve of train conductors. delays,
Mm-hmm.
people who use garbage bags as luggage, people who try to get on the train before the other people have a chance to get off the train,
Mm-hmm.
walking through that space between the train cars.
And this is the pet peeve of the train conductor?
Yes.
I don't think it's any of those answers.
Well, that's one of them.
I think it is the suicidal packs of little Japanese girls that jump on front of the trains for horror movies. Again, a very deep cut.
I think that's
a very deep cut.
I think that's bigger than a pet peeve.
It's a problem. Do you remember? I think it was called Suicide Club. Is that the
is that the thing?
I think that was the movie. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna say it's not walking between the trains because I think that'd be like the coolest part of your day. I think so. If you're a train conductor, I think that'd be pretty cool.
Walking between trains?
Yeah.
Do you know how precarious that is?
Well, are you talking? What kind of trains are you talking about? Because I've done that on the TTC here.
Okay. All. That space, like that's a death sentence.
I think it's exciting, but fair enough. Garbage bags as luggage, the delays or people. I don't think a train conductor would give a flying fuck about people getting on first or not. They're just sitting there waiting the whole time.
It actually is that one.
It is?
Yes.
That's crazy.
That's the one. It drives train conductors fucking nuts.
I mean, the people on the train, sure, but like not the train conductor. He's the one person that doesn't really affect, I think.
According to train conductors, the worst spot to stand in a train car is which place? A right by the door, like the open closed door. You go. Yeah. B, in one of the handicap seats.
Okay.
C, at the end of the car by the between cars doors. Or in a backward facing seat. So like a seat that faces backward to the direction of the travel.
I would say the backward facing seat.
Incorrect. It is right by the door.
Really?
You're most likely to get pickpocketed if you were standing right by the door because they'll wait right until the door's about to open, grab your shit and run.
See, I was thinking if you're like falling asleep and getting pickpocketed anyway, that like when the train stops, you kind of like have to lurch forward and it like wakes you up kind of thing. But
a common saying among train conductors is what? This is a common thing that train conductors all say. A, trains are cool, planes are for fools. B, if you're a conductor long enough, you'll see someone die. C, no ticket. Or D, trains are the blimps of the ground.
Trains are the blimps of the ground.
It's actually B. If you're a conductor long enough, you will see someone die.
See, I was right at the beginning.
You were right. Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine that would be very true.
And then the last question of our game is this: what is apparently you can flag down a moving train? Is a thing
like to stop it?
Yep,
and just jump on it.
Well, the best way to do this, to flag down a moving train, is A, throw your brother in front of it. B, stand on the tracks and jump up and down. C, wave a flashlight back and forth at it. Or D, bang on the track with a hammer.
Interesting. The obvious one seems to be the flashlight one. Like, to be completely serious, that seems like the very easy one to do. Throwing your brother in front of it, I don't have a brother. That's not an option.
I mean, what's your definition of brother?
Oh, it's like throwing your brother in front of it. Got it.
It could be anybody.
Yeah. I mean, I'd throw Truk in front of a train.
I would love to see it.
I would say, I'm going to say the flashlight. I'm going to go with
it. Is.
Yeah.
It is the flashlight.
Like, the hammer was really interesting. Like, do they have a sensor on how that thing like vibrates? But I was like, no, they wouldn't do that. That costs too much money.
It is wave a flashlight back and forth. And if you do that, the train will stop.
So you just do this in front of a train.
Like if you, they say like, or like have your cell phone flashlight out and like do this, the train will stop.
Interesting.
But also it's because it thinks that there's some, like they're doing it because they think you're trying to stop them from running over somebody trapped on the tracks.
Oh, so
it's not like I can get them to stop and be like, I missed the train at the station and I caught up with you guys in my car and now I want to ride. You know, it's not chasing the bus down in the city.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I guess you could. Catching up to a train to do that is hilarious. No, I think like you could get away with waving the flashlight back and forth, and then once it starts to stop, just like turn it off.
Turn it off. And be like, it wasn't me.
Yeah,
and you're just like jumping on a car somewhere.
Yeah, well, I just mean if it's nighttime, just like wait till it stops, turn it off, run into the woods. It's going to take a while to start up again, and just like hitch a ride.
Yeah. Right. Have you ever lived close to like train tracks, like not like commuter trains, but like, you know, like
a train,
like a train.
Yeah,
like me too. And I'm really disappointed that in my youth I didn't try to like hitch a ride. On one, you know, just like hop it at a crossing where it's slowed down and just ride it for a while and then hop off.
Yeah,
like,
movies also taught me that like throwing rocks at trains or like hitchhiking on with them or like jumping on them or like going into train yards was going to be like a big part of my childhood. And it was not.
Yeah, I blame the adventures of Natty Gann. Or the journey of Natty Gann.
Okay.
It was a movie from my youth about a young girl whose dad is it's like during the Great Depression. Her dad is working in the like Northwest as a lumberjack, and she's on her way to find her dad and reconnect. And it's her and her dog. And John Cusack is like the sort of shady character that's riding the rails, that's sort of showing her how to cross the country, hopping trains and stuff. It's a great movie for kids.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was your big that was my big thing. I was like, you jump on a train and go. Let's do it. I have a gift for you. I got you a present.
No, what's that?
I know how much you like Batman.
Yeah.
So I made you a Batman.
You did?
Yeah, here. This
Hell
is a Batman.
Oh, I love it. I know exactly which photo you took.
So there you go. I'll send it to you.
Please send that my way.
I will send
want
it
to
to
frame
you.
it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I don't have anything for you.
No, I know, because you're a horrible human.
I'm scum.
You are the worst. I will be in Toronto in a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, staying at Cheese's. So if you're around, I'd love to see you.
100%. Yeah.
And I think that's it. Like the only thing left for us to do is tell everybody to eat shit and go fuck themselves. So do you want to do it or should I do it?
I remember doing this once already.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You said it?
I did.
Did you say go eat shit and go fuck yourself because you couldn't say it right?
I think I said eat shit and go fuck yourselves. But is it just shit and go fuck yourself?
No, it's eat shit and go fuck yourselves.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, you got it.
Can we do like, can I just like crank the gain and do some ASMR stuff?
Fuck yes, you can. Do everything you want.
Eat shit and go fuck yourselves.
Is he she?